The Dying Light franchise is one that is very close to me. I remember playing this game when I was a kid and having so much fun. I've always wanted to see this game succeed, and with a new entry in the series on the way, I thought now was a better time than ever to look back on the franchise as a whole and see how it started and where it went. This is the Dying Light Retrospective. Set in the Turkish fictional city of Haran, we play as Kyle Crane, a GRE operative sent to retrieve a file from a man named Kadir Suleiman, or better known as Rise. This game was a smash hit on launch and is now looked at as one of the greatest zombie games of all time. The parkour and combat was so boundary pushing, and it was never done before the way Techland did it. The game also featured the fan favorite game mode Be the Zombie, which saw players invade other players' games and attack them as the Night Hunter. People continue to play this game now solely for the Be the Zombie mode, though despite the praise it received at launch, it did have bugs. You can even look up old articles from 2015 that detail some of these bugs. But this didn't hinder Techland and Dying Light 1's success. Dying Light 1 went on to sell over 20 million lifetime copies. Dying Light gave birth to the main character Kyle Crane, which is now a fan favorite and will be making his return in the Dying Light universe in the brand new game Dying Light the Beast. In 2016, taking place right after the main game, Dying Light the Following released. In my eyes, it is one of the best DLCs I have played in a long time. It introduced vehicles to the Dying Light formula, as well as a new area for us to drive around in, and explore known as the countryside. It was received very well on launch. The story was interesting and followed Crane exploring the map trying to uncover the truth behind a cult that could turn to zombies known as the Faceless. The following had a mix of cool and interesting characters along with new enemies and activities to keep us invested. But the following featured a story element that was new to the game: alternative endings. These endings had players questioning the game for years. In between Dying Light the Following and Dying Light 2, Techland released an obscure game some of you might not know about. Dying Light Bad Blood is a game that is relatively unknown to the community now. Bad Blood released in 2018 as Techland's response to the growing hype around Battle Royales. 12-player PvP set in a locked up area of Haran. Players would have to retrieve a sample of zombies and return a certain amount of samples to a helicopter to escape the map alive. The game ceased to function in 2020 for multiple reasons. A low player count was one of them. People cheated and hacked, which led players away from the game. The game itself wasn't interesting enough to remain said players, so when Techland moved the website away from Dying Light dockets over to Techland GG, they didn't move Bad Blood to the new website, which effectively killed the game. And that is the short end to Dying Light Bad Blood. Dying Light 2 Stay Human. This is a controversial one. Announced in 2018, teased as a game where your choices matter. Showed off the game map known as Elysium. Chris Avellone was in the project and led the writing for some of the missions that ended up being cut from the final game. Dying Light 2 went through many variations. Due to an autocratic management and a lack of direction, the game switched directions multiple times throughout development. It sat in what we know as development hell. Chris Avellone was also being sued at this time, which led to Techland releasing him from the project. When that happened, Dying Light 2 officially moved away from Elysium and everything we saw previously. Post Elysium, we were shown Villador, and the main character, Aiden Caldwell. This map takes place in Europe. Dying Light 2 released in 2022 to a lukewarm reception. It was one of the most wish-listed games on Steam of all time. Around 250,000 people played Dying Light 2 on launch on Steam. Due to many bugs, leaks, and people who thought they would be playing in Elysium, that number quickly dropped. Dying Light 2 has been supported for over 2 years now, and after one DLC, the game hovers around 5,000 to 10,000 players all at once. Dying Light 2 is in a bit of a limbo state, and with its second DLC being spun off into a new game and Dying Light 2 not going to receive a second DLC, how will Techland support new Dying Light games as well as a new fantasy game? I don't know, but thank you all for watching. If you guys want to see me go deeper into Dying Light 2 or another game, please let me know down below. I love you all and I'll see you all later.